Hi, my name is Alyssa, and I'm going to do my presentation on the internet. Today, we have what most people call the information superhighway. Not one person can be thanked or credited for the invention of the internet. The internet evolved from the works of engineers, scientists, and programmers. Each contributed to the new features and technologies that allow for more advancements and interconnectedness. Package switching, according to History.com, is a method for effectively transmitting electronic data, and it became the internet's major building block. The first internet prototype was created in the late 1960s, called ARPANET, Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, which was funded by the U.S. Department of Defense. ARPANET used package switching to allow multiple computers to communicate on a single network. Scientists Robert Kahn and Vinton Cerf created the Transmission Control Protocol and the Internet Protocol. It is a communications model that sets standards for how data could be transmitted from multiple networks. Lead researchers at ARPANET used the structure of networks to modernize the internet. On October of 1969, ARPANET successfully sent its first message from one computer to another computer. The first computer was in UCLA's research lab, and the second computer was located at Stanford. The ARPANET network crashed and only got across the first two letters of the word login. Despite the crash, the positive outlook was that this was an initial indicator of the endless possibilities the internet will later be proven to be beneficial for. Unlike the past, where you would travel on foot or use animals in order to get a message across, and even when the postal service was established, it still took a long time to get your message across to another person. When email was then created in the 1960s and early 70s by programmer Ray Tomlinson, he used his send message program and @ symbol to denote the server. He created the standard for email. Email is significant in the rapid spread of the internet and the most widely used internet services. Email helped with businesses, especially reaching out to business partners or email subscriptions, to increase customer commitment and to grow profit margin. Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web, which is data accessibility by websites and hyperlinks. The web was crucial to increasing the internet's popularity to the public. Next, I want to talk about my favorite person, Vanessa Van Edwards. She is a behavioral investigator and the founder and researcher of the Science of People website. She is also active on Instagram and YouTube. I was first introduced to Vanessa Van Edwards from her TED Talk titled "You Are Contagious." And what I learned from her TED Talks were that the first things we see when we look at people are their hands, an indication of friend or foe. Whether you'd have it behind your back, you'd leave people distracted and curious and frustrated as to why your hands are not showing. A study conducted in the TED Talk was a study of, it's kind of gross, it's sweat pads, where one group ran on a treadmill, the sweat was collected, and a group of people who went skydiving and their sweat was collected, and volunteers had to smell the sweat pads in an fMRI machine. And the results were that the participants who smelled the sweat pads had the fear response in their brains heightened. And that is an indication that proves our emotions are contagious and questions how people can be affected with the right emotions.